Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Estate Machine Show. I am your host, Chris Matan. Thank you so much for joining me today on Monday, Marich Machine Mondays, where we kind of take you through a day in the life at Marich Machine. And, after this long holiday weekend, which was excellent, right? I hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving. But I was kind of getting a little cabin fever and ready to get back into the shop and get the week going. And, I want to tell you guys a little bit about my shop, tiny bit. We have 4 guys in the shop, right? And everybody kind of has their own role, right? Everybody's machining parts, but then there's other things that go on around here that, I rely on certain people for certain things. And, I've been very fortunate. These 4 guys have been working really well together. But one thing that I realized is that each one of them have really different lifestyles outside of the shop. And sometimes that lifestyle affects what's going on inside the shop, right? So I feel like in order to get peak performance out of my guys and for them to be at peak performance, even for their own sake and sanity, I find myself wanting to be a little flexible with them. And, when I say flexible, there's if anybody didn't realize, there's a trend out there right now called remote working. And, if you're in an office setting or, you kind of work with a computer, it's fairly easy to, get your job done at home, right? This is going to be a benefit to employers. It's going to be a benefit to employees. All across the board, I think there's going to be, it's a really interesting thing that's happening. And I think it's going to be a pretty cool thing as well. A lot of people are going to benefit from this. However, the manufacturing end of it, the machining specifically, when you're on a machine, it's pretty unrealistic for me to think that one of my machinists can work remotely, right? Unless they've got a lathe in their living room or basement, I highly doubt that's a possibility. That being said, what I found is being a little bit flexible on schedules here at the shop has actually turned into a big benefit here. And I believe that production has actually increased by kind of looking at each guy and kind of addressing some of the issues that they deal with and, making their hours a little bit more maybe conducive to what they've got going on. And I'm not talking about crazy, wild things here. But, for example, one of the guys, he likes to come in at 6 as opposed to 7. He also happens to be my opening guy. So I make a deal with him, and he comes in at 7, and he puts in his 8-hour day. I got another guy that's kind of a semi-retired guy. He likes to come in a little bit early, a little bit later, so he comes in at 7:30. And then 2 of us come in at 7, and then I've got another guy that comes in, maybe even sometimes a little bit after hours or sometimes later in the day. But regardless of all the moving parts here, I found that this strategy has worked really well for us, and it really gets everybody working in their ideal position at their ideal time, and I think that we're getting peak performance and extra production out of it. So, I used to bang my head against the wall for years with trying to get everybody on the same schedule and be very rigid about it. And I was banging my head against the wall, and it was a challenge. And people should as an employee, as an employer, you should set some standards and that kind of thing, and employees should maybe to a degree toe the line. But I feel like the way the world is going, everybody collaborates a little bit differently. And I think the way that our 4 guys here, plus myself, kind of work well as a team together. And if one guy comes in a little bit earlier and one guy stays a little bit later and comes in between, we're results driven here. And so long as the results kind of speak for themselves and the jobs get done, I always kind of said that, it's not always how you get there, it's the fact that you do get there, and everybody gets there in different ways. And for me to foster an atmosphere of collaboration around here, I think is is a positive for the shop overall. And just that little flexibility, I think means a lot to the guys as well. So anyway, that's my little tidbit for the day, a little flexibility in the machine shop. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you on Wednesday for the EXP Minute. See you then. Bye-bye.